Hello again, and today is 1314. It's a 2-for-1 special. I did not do, well, I did yesterday's episode, and I hit the old delete button. Welcome to Category Mistake, Living with Anxiety. I am your host, your only person that talks, the man who used to have a beard but doesn't right now, but probably will soon, Richard Mariel. Thank you all for joining me. Um, so I didn't do yesterday, and well, I did, but I didn't post yesterday, and there's a couple reasons for that. Um, so I met with a couple different people yesterday, talked to a few different people yesterday, and I realized by talking to them that this podcast, this video, whatever you want to call this, um, I don't always get my thoughts out in a manner where people understand. Now, when I do this, I don't do it for other people. So I never thought, hey, what I'm saying could be construed as this. Yeah, I didn't think that way. Maybe I should have. So I took some time and I listened, I watched, I reviewed, and I realized a lot of things bother me. But also, a lot of things cause me stress and anxiety. But just because they bother me or they cause me stress and anxiety or they drive me crazy does not mean that these things are bad or that other people see it that way. When I started with this series and with the podcast in general, my thoughts, my ideas were I want you to see inside here what I see. And if you agree with it, if it makes sense to you, great. If it doesn't, well, I'm not your cup of tea. Okay. The last couple of weeks, what I've realized is that there's a lot of people who listen, who watch, who understand, who agree with what I say. But some of the things I say still come off in a manner that maybe hit the wrong way. So I'm just going to say this. You're going to hear thunder and lightning in the background. There's a big storm. Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to get to today. I have my whole life been one of those people. I'm changing the camera angle, so you have to deal with me today. Um, I have always tried to give and help abundantly. Um, I will sacrifice my time, my energy, my body, everything if I can help somebody else. Proof is in the pudding, right? You can't just say, well, I sacrifice everything. Okay. We have kids. Everyone knows that. If you've ever watched more than one video, you know I have kids. I have 3 birth kids and 6 kids who are either adopted or think they are adopted, and there could be more. Okay. But here's the thing. We also did foster care. Okay, proof is in the pudding. I have helped in community churches. I have helped in synagogues. I have given my time to lots of different things. I taught at a Catholic school for barely any money. I mean, I made $12 an hour as a teacher. Okay, newsflash if anyone watches this. I did $12 an hour, and I showed up every day. It was an hour drive. I don't help the community. I don't help kids. I don't teach at that school. I don't do this. I don't do anything for the money or the praise or the acknowledgement. I do it because I feel it's the right thing to do. Okay, that's how I'm wired. The problem with that, and I've come to grips with this because of comments left to me, emailed me, Facebooked me, Spotify'd me, whatever. Just because I see the world like this and I believe everyone should be that way, they can't. Okay. Now, the reason they can't is one, everyone lives a different life. Everyone has different lifestyles. Everyone makes different choices. Everyone has different things that are going on in their life. And just to stop everything and taking a kid or help someone else out could be hard. Also, they could be going through some stuff with their wife or their spouse or their significant other, or maybe they're in college and they're getting ready to graduate and they're just not ready for it. And they just need to focus. That's what people tell me. And that's what I should be hearing. It should be what I'm hearing. I should be hearing in my head, everyone's on a different path. Everyone is going through something different. And I can't force them or expect them to be or to do what me and my wife have done. I can't, right? That's because I don't know what they're going through. That's what I should be hearing. Here's the anxiety, stress, frustration, anger, perplexing diatribe coming from me. Okay. We had our daughter and our 2 sons. We had no money. I had odd jobs. I would lose jobs. My wife stayed at home. Our daughter was special. The first 2 years of her life, she had to have skull surgery. We moved to Florida, moved back to Maine. We had nothing but 3 kids. Nothing. I mean, we were like government cheese poor, okay? I know someone made a joke today about those cereal boxes. We couldn't afford those, okay? We had, frosted mini wheats. That's what we could afford. And I could afford better cereal now, but I don't eat cereal. We were dirt poor. We couldn't afford rent. We couldn't afford to live. We couldn't afford a car. For the first 10 years of our marriage, the most stable car we had was a car my mother gave us. Okay. That's how we rolled. But then Morgan came into our life. And she needed somebody. And we did it. And then April came into our life. Still didn't have any money. Still dirt poor. Had like almost 3 bedrooms and a back room that was a laundry room that we put April and our daughter Josie in. Then we had Emmy come in. Emmy came in. Okay. Still no money. So now we've got Josie, Jeremiah, Joshua, Emmy, April, Morgan. Okay. Then we'd have a girl named Cindy come over. Then we had 2 guys, Tom and DJ, who slept on our couches. Again, no money. We had nothing. Then we had Corey. And then we had Katie. Still nothing. We had nothing. And that didn't matter to anyone. Okay? We were talked down to by our church, not the one I'm going to now, a different one. Okay? Because we were helping too many people and it was not good for us. How dumb is that? Just so you know. I'm just, sorry, venting a little. Then we moved to a bigger house. Thunder. Probably lightning in a minute. Then we moved to a bigger house. And then we got more kids. We got 2 kiddos, and I'm not going to say their names because they're still young, and I don't do that to them. But we had 2 kiddos, one at 4 years old, one at 0. Still no money. We did a boys' night where I had kids who had, either their dads had passed away or were going through chemo or just wasn't there. Every Tuesday night, I bought pizza, I bought Little Debbie snacks, I rented videos, we played games. I spent money we didn't have because that was the right thing to do. My wife went and got her degree and then got another degree and then got another degree. So she was in college for a long time. We still had nothing. We helped people while she's in school full time. I'm working. I was deployed. I was deployed in Afghanistan, and I Skyped my wife because she told me to, and I got a daughter while I'm in Afghanistan. Bobby Jean came into our life. I didn't know who Bobby Jean was. I've talked about this before. I had no idea. She's ours now. I had Katie, Katie's sister. Didn't like us at first. I think sometimes she still doesn't like us, but she's ours now too. You know why? Because we didn't ask anything from our kids other than be kind and try to love one another. And we'll love you the best we can. And sometimes we're going to fail, but we're going to be there. We don't have anything. We ate a lot of pasta. We got a lot of used furniture. A guy in our old church named Paul Morin, he got his furniture. He helped us with food. We survived with nothing for 20 years. And when I hear people say, well, you know, my life's a little complicated right now. It's not that complicated. Okay. Here's the best thing about helping the community in any way. I'm not religious. Okay, go to a food bank. Go to the soup kitchen. Feed some people. It takes an hour and a half. We did it for years. Well, I want to help out in a church community. Okay. There's lots of churches. There's synagogues. There's different community churches. There's Muslim. There's Christian. There's Jewish. There's Catholic. There's everything in between. If you go into a church and say, hey, I want to help, I'll be surprised if that church is, well, no. We would love your help. Come on down. Well, I want to do this. Okay, you know what? Work with the people that do that, and when you're ready, we'll let you go. I do sound and video and lights at our church. I have offered to teach people for the last 10 years. 3 people have learned, one of which moved to Colorado. The other one's the pastor's daughter. Okay. I've offered for 10 years. No one's brought me up on it. If they want to help, I'm there to teach them how to do it. No problem. I send them my number. I send them all the information. And guess what? They don't show up. Well, we want to help our community. Okay. Special Olympics donate some time. Once a year. It's not hard. Go read a book to a kid. Go to the prisons and read it. Hang out with a guy. Just talk to him. Or a girl. Just talk to him. Go to a vet center. Maine, we got a couple of them. Go to them. Go to one in Massachusetts. Go to New Hampshire. Wherever you are. Go to one. Talk to a veteran for a while. They would love it. Most veterans, you know what we need? We need people who will just listen. They talk about how veterans don't want to talk to anybody. It's because when we talk to people, people talk to us like, oh, that must be horrible. Just shut up and let us talk. We'll let you know when we're ready for a response. But you all want it to be about you instead of, hey, just listen to somebody. This is the stuff that irritates me. I have been a landlord for about 7 years. I don't push my tenants to do a lot. I try to be a good landlord. We had really good landlords when we were dealing with this. The St. Pierre's were their name, and they were amazing. And we've tried to be like them because they gave us chances when no one else would. They did. It was amazing. I mean, we could not have survived without them. Well, we could have, but it would have been a lot harder. Okay? And the St. Pierre's motto was, we're a family. We try to do things together. We try to take care of each other. And that's what we do. Kind of like us. Okay? I also get annoyed when I hear parents, well, my baby grew up. My baby's out of the house. I don't love you anymore. Husband goes away, or wife goes away because the child's gone and the child was the only reason they were married. I don't know how that happens. And I know some kids that's happened to, and some adults that that's happened to because of, the opposite. And I've always tried to figure that out. You see, before we had kids, I fell in love with my wife. It wasn't like, oh, our daughter's born, I love you now. That's not how it works. Love is a crazy thing. Young love, I know some kids who are in the stage of young love, and all these stupid adults go to them and say, well, when you get older, it'll be different. Why? I love my wife more today than I did in 1993. But, see, they're saying, well, back in 93, you had lust. I still lust for my wife. Okay? She's still pretty to me. I still would step in front of a truck for her. My kids are basically gone. See, I remember when I fell in love with her and why I fell in love with her every day. Some days we argue, some days we fight, some days we don't agree on things. Crazy humans that don't agree. But I still love her. It's not hard, people. You don't raise a kid together for 18 years, or you don't get married and then have a child a couple years later, and then the child goes away and you're like, oh, I don't love you anymore. The child's gone. You quit. Marriage is hard. My wife right now has to deal with this. Okay? There's a lot going on here. She works in a facility with mental patients, kind of like me, but worse than me. And she deals with them all day. And then she has to come home. And some days, like today and yesterday, I'm a hot mess. She made me BLTs tonight. I'm on the deck drilling things down, and she brings me out a sandwich. She's had a long day, and she brings me out a gosh darn sandwich. She didn't have to. I'm so happy she did. She didn't have to. She did. You know why? Because she loves me. And I love her. And I'm passionate for her. And some people who know me really well know how passionate I am for her. See, I deployed. This is another thing that annoys me. So it's getting back to the point, I promise. When I deployed, there was all these married people deployed. Married. And so many of them said, I'm married, but she's cute. No one will care. Or he's cute. No one will care. And I'm watching this happen. And it's tearing me up inside. It's tearing me up inside because I could never think of even trying or thinking about or doing. I couldn't do that. And call me old-fashioned, call me funny, whatever. I said those vows and I meant them. And yes, we've had a lot more worse than better. Yes, we've had a lot more sickness than in health some days, some months, some years. But when I said till death do us part, I meant it. There's too many people quitting on their kids, on their marriages, on society, on helping others. There's too many people quitting on the simple things that used to make us humans. I can't watch the news without being ticked off. Now, I'm more right-wing than left-wing. Okay? Someone said, I'm what a Republican should be. Okay? Which is crazy. I don't like paying taxes. I don't like seeing my money go to things that it shouldn't be going to. Okay? I don't think school administrators should be paid the absorbent amount of money they get paid, and teachers get squat. Most principals and superintendents, they're a face. They don't do anything productive. And if you're a superintendent, anytime we can talk, and I will win. Because I have met many superintendents, many, and I'm not saying all, many. And they are a figurehead. They're like the president of the United States. See, everyone's talking about the president. Oh my God, he's evil. He's a figurehead. His executive orders can be wiped out by the Congress, can be wiped out by the Supreme Court. The Congress has the power. The president is just a loud, obnoxious man who says he has the power. And while I voted for him, you can hate me because I didn't like her and it was kind of the only other option. I'm sorry, there's got to be better options. I don't agree with 60% of what he's doing. And that's, people are like, well, then why'd you vote for him? That's what we had. But he's a figurehead. Stop blaming Trump for everything. If you want the world to change, you run for office. We have 80, 90-year-old people running the country. People born during World War II. If you don't like it, run for office. Well, I can't afford it. I bet if you ran for local office and then state office and then federal office, if you're not crappy at it, you'll get people who will give you money. Okay? Janet Mills won twice. Okay, we're not talking, it's not that difficult. Okay? Well, Richard, why don't you run for office? Right now, I couldn't do it. Mentally, I could not handle it. I would probably get myself in a lot of trouble. Have I thought about it? Yes. Someday would I do it? Maybe. Right now, it's not healthy for me. But there are so many people out there that bitch, moan, and complain and do nothing. They have the time, they have the money, they have the energy. They don't do it, they'd rather complain. So fix it yourself. My job, the government's job, is not to fix all your problems. If you want it fixed, run for office and change something. Or vote. Or go out and go behind a candidate and get your thoughts heard and change things. Don't sit there and say, the government sucks. The president sucks. And all you're doing is standing outside with a sign saying the president sucks. What are you doing about it? Nothing. You're putting out a sign, Trump is a Nazi. Instead of, trying to fix the problem. Well, I can't fix it. You can. That's the best thing about our country. You can fix that problem so easily. But you don't want to. It's makes you feel cooler to be outside with a sign saying Trump is a Nazi. Okay. The other things that really, really irk me right now is the entitlement. The entitlement I'm seeing with certain generations. Okay, I'm Gen X. We are the screwed up generation. Yeah, everyone says it, so I'll just go with it. Okay. I have met people who are in the older generations, and some of them are great people, amazing people. But what I've realized is, and I'm hoping I don't do this, maybe I will when I get older. I feel like I'm old enough now. But what I realize is the older they're getting, the more they think the younger generation has to take care of them. Now, if you're disabled, if you are a veteran, or if you're old enough to where, you're losing your memory or physical capability, let's go. I will be there all day, all night. If you are perfectly healthy, but you're 62, why do you expect me to give you something for free? Now, I will help you. If you're like, hey, I need food, or hey, I need gas money, or hey, my car broke down. If I can help you in any way, I will be there in a snap. But when you say things like, you're being mean because you don't respect me like you should. Tell me what you want. Tell me how me speaking my mind affects your feelings, because as I've said before in some videos, I don't say it correctly. You can't make me feel anything. I feel it. Okay? It's my feelings. Now, you can say something to me that bothers me, and I take it personal and I hold a grudge and I get angry. I hold grudges. I get angry. There's been people that have said things to me in the last month or so that have made me really angry. I could have said something negative about that person or those people. I didn't. I decided, for right now, the best thing to do is not talk to that person. Be polite about it and just say, hey, I need a break. We all need to do that. Instead of spouting off at somebody saying how they're hurting your feelings and they're making you feel not safe, take a step back, breathe. Okay, can I cohabitate with this person right now, or do I need a break? And if you need a break, say, hey, right now, we're not in a good, we're in a place where I need to stop and I need to recenter myself. So that means I need to go take a drive, or I need 10 minutes, or I need to just vent to a computer screen or do a podcast. Okay. Do something with it instead of just spouting off. I could have just yelled, screamed, and verbally attacked the people that have bothered me in the last month. Instead, I didn't. Am I still angry? A little bit. I'm working on that. But if I see these people, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I hate you. No. Why? There's no point. I've been asked by some of my old students, I've been asked by some of my old friends who've watched this, they're concerned that I'm hating or I'm getting angry at the world and I'm not in a safe, healthy place. And the truth is, they're kind of right. This is why I do this. All of us have things we do to relieve stress. Some people hit a golf ball. Some people play video games. Some people journal. Some people do jumping jacks. Some people dance. Okay, some people build a motorcycle or, do a theater play. We all do different things that help us be us. This is what I got right now. I come in this room, whichever room I'm doing in, and I say, you know what, brain, just let it go. Let it go. I talk to God and I say, God, listen, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I don't know why I'm saying the things I'm saying. But what can I learn from what I'm saying? Here's what I've learned over the last 14 days. My words matter. My choices in life matter. My actions in my life matter to me. Now, I could have said something, and I probably have, about Haley. I'll pick out on Haley because she won't care if I pick on her. Okay? I talked about how she failed her geography test. Now, she could have gone and said, oh my God, Mr. Mariello, you're making fun of me. You're hurting my feelings. She didn't. She said, yeah, I hated you for it, but I'm okay now. I do this and I go, God, listen, what do I need to learn? So here's what I've learned, okay? If something is passionate here, in my chest, in my head, in my soul, speak it, say it. But then come back to it and say, okay, listen. Why did I say that? What about this is making me like this? What is making me angry? What is making me frustrated? What is making me say these things? And here's the big kicker. Okay. Most of the time, I get an answer back of a video or an article, or something will magically pop up. Not magically, but you know what I mean. Okay. And a lot of times it's things like, saying the word always. I love to say the word always. Or everyone. It's not everyone and it's not always. Okay. But I say these things because I get so passionate, I can't get my words straight. And those words are easy for me because I use them all the time. So here's a recap of the last 14 days. I'm under stress every day. I fell in October, hit my head really hard. About a month ago now, I got fired from my job. I got fired from my job because I couldn't control this anymore. My stress and anxiety got to a point where I was telling people who were way above me, basically they sucked. Okay, I couldn't control my tongue and my thoughts were going wild. After I lost my job, I started realizing everything is bothering me. The day after I lost my job, I went to the grocery store and I had a panic attack in the middle of the grocery store and just sat down and I couldn't move for 20 minutes. Okay. I talked to my therapist, my psychiatrist, and they said, oh, that's not good because it's the VA. That's their answer. Let's try these drugs. And the last 14 episodes, 2.5 weeks, has been more helpful than the drugs, has been more helpful than a lot of other things. But what I've learned is I have anxiety and stress and depression. I do. But anxiety, stress, and depression doesn't have me. I can go past this. It will take time. It will take work. Some days are going to be amazing. Some days are going to be absolutely horrible. But every day I'm going to show up. Every day I'm going to give my best. And every day I'm going to say, today is the day that I'm going to take a step forward. Yesterday and most of today, a couple steps back. Okay. I'm not going to kill myself or beat myself up or anymore about taking steps back. Because I'm not taking steps back going, I give up. It's the world is coming at me. Some say the devil's coming at me, whatever you want to say it. The world is coming after me, and I can make two choices. I can sit there, rock back and forth, and say, I want my daddy. Or I can stand up and say, I can't win today, but I'm not going to give up. And that's it. So the last 14 days, I've learned that, yes, I got some jumbled stuff going on. Yes, I don't always speak clearly and concise with my thoughts. Mostly when I'm like this, I ramble and I can't always focus. I am trying to work on that, but it's just, right now, it's not working. And yes, I have some strong opinions that a lot of people don't agree with. But that's okay, because guess what? I don't agree with them and they don't agree with me, but we can still cohabitate. So I will work on my always and there and them and everyone. I will work on my tone and tenor. And if I hear something in the beginning that maybe at the end I realize, I'll address it and tweak it and change it. I'm not going to erase it. I said it. I'm not going to go back and go, well, Okay, so yesterday's video I erased. You know why? I was angry at everybody. And I decided, you know what? This video is just hate. It's just mean. And there's no reason for it. I was having a bad day. A really bad day. But when I got home last night and I got settled, I said, no. I'm not hitting that button to put it out. I can't. So, I say so a lot too. Haley, thank you for letting me pick on you. Um, Allison, Ben, all you other kids, thank you for letting me pick on you. Um, my wife, who never watches, thank you for dealing with this. Um, and I'll be the last bluntly honest thing I'm going to say is, but the last thing I'll say before I end it is there are a lot of people out there trying to help. There are a lot of people out there that do God's work. And there's a lot of people out there that care. The problem is those people are overwhelmed because others aren't seeing the need. They're seeing what they want and not what the world needs. I know many pastors, I know many deacons, elders, parishioners, leadership, people who should be in leadership doing the right things, helping people, being there overnight at a homeless shelter, feeding people, meeting people, doing what is needed in the world to make people better. But those people get overwhelmed because they're doing it all and others aren't picking up the slack. And that bothers me. I think that's what a couple days ago was really about when I talked about church and anxiety and the government and my anxiety. It's the saying for the Marines are the few, the proud of the Marines. The people doing the good work are fewer and not proud. They don't care about a medal. They don't care about looking good. They're just doing what they can for the human race, or for dogs, or for cats, or everything in between. There's people working animal shelters. You're awesome. That's what this is about, guys. And when I see something that bothers me, when I see something that irritates me, when I see something that I can't stand, I'm going to talk about it. And if I hurt your feelings, or if I upset you, or I say something that you know is wrong, call me out on it. I'm perfectly fine. I am a big boy. I've got 1.5 good shoulders. I'll take it. Don't sit there, stew on it, and say, well, he's wrong, and don't ever tell me. I can be wrong, but I have to know I'm wrong. You have to call me out if you think I'm wrong. Please. I always told my students, if they can prove me wrong, I will never say, I will take it. I am good. Please prove me wrong. Please. Because right now, I don't feel like people are even willing to do that. They just want to disagree, and they don't want to give any better option. Well, I don't agree. Why? What is your stance? What are you feeling? How do you make your stuff work? Okay, so that's it, guys. That's 13-14, like a 2-for-1 special, okay? I'll be back on Monday. And I'm going to church on Sunday. Some people commented, well, does that mean you're not going to church anymore? No, I'm still going. I still love what I do. It's just sometimes it bothers me. But I'm okay. And I'll be there, and I'll be doing my best, and maybe Monday I'll be in a much better place, or a much different place than I was last week or this week, okay? It's called living, being a human. It's okay. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you on episode 15. Have a great weekend.